熱血製造最強頻道 Passiontimes.hk
Jerome of Civic Passion. I'll address the elephant in the room in a minute, but I'd like to first of all show our appreciation and support for what ILC has been doing all the years, setting out to help and defend all those people, as you have already covered during the speech. And I won't repeat that, but I'd like to stress that all this is rooted on the fundamental moral principle that people are not to be held responsible for things that are out of their control, that's not of their own choosing, okay? And by extension, we also defend those because of their natural biological calling, had to do what they do, like women being pregnant, women breastfeeding, and so on and so forth. And we support all that. We believe that persecuting people whose characteristics and whose deeds are out of their control is discrimination. But nature does not force those people to queue jump. These people who queue jump, who urinate and defecate in public, choose to do that out of their own free will. When we admonish these people, when we criticize them, or even when we scold them, call them names, we do that exactly because we know that they are capable of refraining from doing all these. And what we all believe in, what we all treasure in Hong Kong is common civil decency. And the reason why we're agitated, why we are angry, why we have anxiety, is because we see with our own eyes that these people are violating this common civil decency flagrantly. And this, of course, when we say we are not only including ethnic Chinese Hong Kongers, we include current and former domestic helpers from the Philippines, Indonesia, Thailand. We include South Asians. Many of them are second, third, fourth, fifth generation immigrants who speak fluent Cantonese. And we also, of course, cannot forget the Nepalis, sons and daughters of the Gurkhas. We owe a massive debt to them. So when mainlanders seem to be singled out for queue jumpers, for being queue jumpers, for being public defecators and urinators, the only obvious reason why is that they are truly outstanding. So it is not our fault for singled them out. It is not your fault. It is not society's fault. It is the fault of the elephant in the room. That is, we don't have the right to choose who to come into Hong Kong.
Thank you for your words. Okay. Sorry, the time is up. Okay.
We believe that anyone that is acting unlawfully in Hong Kong should be obviously dealt with by the law, and that includes obviously people urinating in the street, whether or not they're from the mainland or not. I think we all understand the dynamics with the tensions between obviously people in Hong Kong and people coming from the mainland, either in terms of large numbers of tourists or pressure on resources or benefits and so on. I think we definitely understand that. We're not proposing that mainlanders should be favoured in any way. What we're saying is that whoever is in Hong Kong legally, whether they're working here or they're on holiday, whether or not they're from the mainland or they're from the US, etc., that they have a right to be treated equally when they're here, as long as they're acting lawfully. And I think hopefully most people would think that that's fair. We wouldn't, I don't think, agree that people from a certain country should be treated less favourably. But, just from a personal perspective, I've reacted when a mainland. I remember I went to Ocean Park. The first time I went to Ocean Park, when I moved back to Hong Kong from the UK, a mainland person jumped in front of me. In the queue. Well, there was no queuing because he just jumped in front of me, and I was very angry and upset by that. So I know these concerns are real, but say for example a person who's from the mainland comes here, they're married to someone from Hong Kong or whatever it is, they're working here. I think most people would think that it's fair that if they're applying for a job, for example, that they should be judged on their merits for the job, not on whether or not they're from the mainland, for example. So we're not trying to favour mainlanders, we're just trying to say that everyone that's here should be treated fairly. And I hope you can understand the distinction. It's certainly not trying to favour mainlanders.
熱血製造，最強頻道
Passiontimes.hk